This is a systematic scoping review of trends, challenges, opportunities and future needs for the dietetic workforce. So I am a PhD student at Monash in the Department of Nutrition, Dietetics and Food, and Claire is one of my supervisors. I also have Simone Gibson and Lana Mitchell on my fabulous supervisory team. And so this project was the first research project for my PhD. So what do we know about the dietetics workforce? We know that they are trained predominantly for the hospital setting. There's a focus on medical nutrition therapy in the education procedures, and placements are very prominently in the hospital setting. Well, what do we know about people who access healthcare? We know that they're increasingly accessing it in the outpatient or ambulatory setting rather than in the hospital. And in terms of wider societal things going on with dietitians, we've got nutrition as a very prominent topic on social media, but not all information provided is evidence-based. We've also got lots of questions about how we're going to feed a growing population sustainably on the planet that we have been gifted. We've also got the food industry and questions about how to make healthier packaged foods. So what we do know is that employment opportunities for dietitians are rapidly evolving, but it's unclear how the workforce is responding to these. So the aim of this project was to look at this really broad topic area. Futures work has been conducted in Australia, USA and the UK, and that is in terms of looking towards the future of the profession, but no systematic reviews have been published. So we wanted to see what the literature said about the changing nature of the dietetics workforce and to synthesise this information. So it was a scoping review, but it still utilises the same systematic search strategies that you would have in any SLR. And it was conducted as per best practice, utilising Prisma scoping review and Joanna Briggs guidelines. And 13 databases were searched, as well as the Google search engine from 2010 to 2020, looking at these really broad topic areas. Once the included papers were identified, a directed content analysis was conducted to identify the most commonly occurring themes. And so the benefit of the scoping format is the broad nature of the data. It's not limited to academic publications of randomized controlled trials, but includes the viewpoints of multiple stakeholders, including those within and outside of the profession. The main difference is that with a scoping review, you don't do a quality assessment. So of the 2,000 articles that were screened, 184 papers were included, and that was from 20 different countries. So it really was a broad scoping of that literature. In terms of the results, there were 13 recurring themes that were identified. And due to the restricted time of this presentation, I'm just going to touch on the two most common ones. So the most commonly discussed topic relating to the dietetics workforce for the last 10 years was emerging or expanding areas of practice. And 52 different emerging areas were noted, including animal nutrition, corporate wellness, corrections, public relations, and regulatory affairs. These were all seen as an opportunity for the workforce because dietitians need to be employed in a wide range of settings in order to gain employment and to ensure that the community gains maximum benefit. So the idea is that we want to be meeting community members where they're seeking nutrition advice, not just in that hospital setting. This was also seen as a future need for the workforce because if dietitians don't fill these roles, they may be left available for others who may potentially be less qualified. The second most commonly occurring topic was skill development, and 21 different skills were identified, including advocacy, design thinking, leadership, and marketing. And these were really a way for the dietetics workforce to strengthen their ability to offer food and nutrition solutions in a wide range of situations. So skill development was a way to support individuals to be more capable in these emerging areas of practice. So if you would like to read more about the remaining 11 results from that scoping review, this has been published in Nutrition Reviews, and just if you contact me, I can send it to you. So in terms of conclusions. So in terms of educating dietitians, for the past 10 years, the number one topic has been emerging areas of practice, but we're actually lacking employment outcome for dietitians. So it's difficult to know how many dietitians are actually being employed in these emerging areas. And the goal of universities is to train students for employment, but without that employment data, it's difficult to know if this is being achieved. So as part of my ongoing research, we're now gathering graduate employment data, and we'll use knowledge translation to feed this information back to the universities who train our dietitians so that curricula can be adapted to reflect those employment settings. If you would like to contact me, please feel free to do so.